entered the courtroom of Judge Mathis. Plaintiff Mindy Hedrick dated the defendant for 5 years, and he was so jealous during their relationship that he even planted a tape recorder in her car. Mindy says since their breakup, the defendant has been telling people that she's a drug addict, and she's suing him today for a TV, an insurance refund, and a transmission. Defendant Dennis Garner says when he met Mindy, she had no money, and she'd been using crystal meth. Dennis claims Mindy smoked marijuana every day, and he eventually stopped trusting her. And Dennis denies owing Mindy for anything.
Start with you.
Well, Your Honor, this man has made my life a living hell. He's constantly accusing me of being a drug addict, not just to me, but to everyone we know, even my 13-year-old son.
When did you all date?
A little over 5 years ago. It ended right before the holidays back in 2011, last year.
He's been alleging you were a drug addict since when?
Since the breakup. It was just all kinds of things that just showed the jealousy. I am not. No, I'm not.
Let's pull a hair follicle.
Okay.
Do it.
Pull one, because I have experimented in my life. I mean, I'm not going to lie.
You got tapes.
So?
I have tapes. You made them yourself.
Okay, but that has nothing to do with this.
It proves
That has
you're a drug
nothing
addict.
to do with it.
You taped yourself doing drugs. Not very smart.
Okay, that was way before us.
It was
that
2005.
It was before I ever met you.
And you went back to where you were.
No.
That's why we're here.
No, I have not.
That's why we're here.
I have not.
Your Honor.
You are mad. That's all. You were just mad.
Why did you all break up?
I'm not mad.
Why? He broke up with me. He planted a voice recorder in my car.
Yes, I did.
He heard a one-sided conversation between me and my cousin, stating that
Male cousin?
No, female.
It's incriminating too, Your Honor.
Stating what?
Stating that I was done, and it wasn't nothing to do with him. It was about the business. Because
What business?
He owned several properties, and I was his property manager.
Okay. So you all began dating in 07. And you began working together.
Yes.
And did you move in together, obviously?
Yes.
When?
Shortly after we met.
07
I
or
was
so?
pretty much, yeah.
Okay. And
She moved herself in, but
you
yeah.
started working for him about the same time?
You came to me one day and said, I'm moving in. I said, okay.
Really?
That's exactly
Is
what
that
you
how
said.
it went?
That's
Is that how
exactly
it went?
Go ahead, Mel.
Anyways, he scolds me. He constantly interrupts me.
During the relationship he was doing all
Yes,
this? Why?
he would scold
Why
me
do you
right in
think
front
he
of our
would?
son. Because I have a potty mouth. So,
Okay.
I mean, he
too.
constantly, he tells me all the time, you know, you shouldn't say that. Well, how is that? What, you know, how did that go? I mean, it was ridiculous, especially now that my 13-year-old son, he scolds me.
And what did you all break up for? What mess? He has you on tape talking about something.
Well, pretty much, you know, I told him, you know, I told my cousin that I was done with all the crap, that I did everything. I poured my heart and soul into this man, and I neglected myself in the process.
What did he do wrong?
He expected everything from me, and he gave me nothing in return.
Like what?
He gave me a roof over my head. He gave me food in my
expected
belly.
what from you?
Electricity, cell phone, insurance, food, organic food, clothes.
Yes, but those are things that you need in a relationship to
nothing,
survive. He didn't give me any financial security as far as I was his property manager, and I never received a dime from him for any kind of salary. And then on November 11th, he kicks us out, me and my son. We had nowhere to live, nowhere to go.
Without any notice? He didn't say you have 30 days to go?
He took my keys and he changed the locks the next morning.
3 strikes, the third
And I
strike, you're
have the
out.
receipt to where he changed the locks.
You lose the trust, you're not
Because
supposed to
you
out.
go
taped
ahead
a
and tell me.
conversation that you didn't hear the other end.
Sir, let me hear your side, sir.
Your Honor, Mindy came from a very troubled background, living in government subsidized housing, no insurance on her car. Matter of fact, her son Shane had never eaten bacon.
What?
Oh,
He told me he'd never eaten bacon, and I asked her,
that is a lie.
That's what your son told me.
Well, you know,
Oh,
he
Shane
was
were here.
also 8 years old.
Yeah, but he told me he never ate bacon, and I said,
Okay,
you know
well,
okay.
my
What is
God,
that?
that is a lie.
What does that have to do with anything,
Well,
sir?
because they didn't have any money, Your Honor.
All right, so
Okay, Mindy
you
came
say
from
she was
troubled-
very poor, essentially,
Right, she was very
when
poor.
you met her.
And I didn't have a problem with that. I loved her. I fell in love with Mindy.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning, Mindy told me she had a drug problem, And then the last
No.
3 relationships.
What type of drugs?
Meth.
No.
And matter of fact, her ex-boyfriend just got out of prison. I met him for meth. And the tape, he's on one of the tapes with her smoking the meth, just like I said. I mean, she's a pretty heavy drug user, and I begged her on my knees to get rehab. I said,
No.
please, I'll pay for the therapy. Please go to therapy.
This
She
was
said, I don't have
after
a
we
drug
break
problem.
When
up.
was this?
4.5 years into our relationship, when we started having a problem, I seen everything going wrong. Staying out all night, coming in 5 o'clock in the morning,
Not true.
leaving me with her son, me raising her son, which I love
Not
the boy.
true.
I raised the boy. I love him. But I can't put up with the drugs. I can't handle that. I've worked my whole life really hard, Your Honor, and I'm not going to lose it all.
You bought the weed. You bought it.
What?
The entire time we were together, you bought it. You smoked it with me.
That's a big difference, man. That's a big difference. That's a big difference. That's a big difference.
I admit I have faults. I've never once said
But-
that meth is good, that it's okay, or anything else. I
It's
experimented.
one of the worst types of
Yes.
drug abuses.
Yes,
Yes.
it is, Your Honor.
When did you stop?
I
Uh-oh.
I have not done anything. I have not done anything in, I don't know, weeks.
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 How do you deal with that,
this
Your Honor? I can't
man,
deal with that.
he continues to ridicule me. He continues to make me feel like I'm this big. I did everything for
Ma'am,
this man. I saved him
you
money.
all
I
broke
made
up
him
in
money.
November of 11. And you're still using crystal meth as of a couple of weeks ago.
No, I said
That's
weeks.
what you just said.
I said weeks.
Fruit of 3 then. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
So I'm not perfect. I mean, he's not either.
Did you stop?
I
Uh-oh.
I have not done anything. I have not done anything in, I don't know, weeks.
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 Plaintiff Mindy Hedrick dated the defendant, and she claims he was so jealous that he even planted a tape recorder in her car.
Ma'am, don't try and rationalize your drug use.
He had an attempted murder charge years ago because he held a gun
That's
to
not
his
true.
girlfriend's, whoever she was sleeping with, guy's head.
No.
Yes,
I
it got
a Class
put
C
down to an
misdemeanor. I wrote it on
infraction.
the paper.
Obviously, you know, we're 23 years apart in age. He continued to treat me like I was a daughter, not an equal, not a partner, not someone that he loved and trusted. And I did not stay out all night.
wanted half of everything I
slept
have.
every night.
You said that.
I slept every night that we were together, every night. And yes, every night I slept in the bed with you.
No,
yes.
you stayed out all night. That's why we broke up.
On September,
Because you stayed out all night.
in the beginning months of September, my cousin was getting married. I was helping her decorate for her marriage. And I was gone until 1 o'clock in the morning. From like 10 o'clock on, I get phone calls
Strike
stating,
one.
when are you coming home? See? Where are strikes in a relationship? I don't understand.
You want to tell me of some instances where you noticed her drug use was destructive to her or the family?
Mindy smoked marijuana every day, and it kind of hides the effects of everything else. So it didn't dawn on me what was going on. And I seen the little twitchy things and the little jerky things, and her attitude changed, and she told me one time that she wanted half of everything that I have.
Oh my gosh.
So you knew she was high then, huh?
Wow.
I
knew.
Whoa, wait,
I said
hang on.
23
Can I-
years. I
You
worked
said
on-
she on heavy drugs.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
And I did not want half of everything he had. I wanted half of what we acquired together from the time I walked into the relationship till now. I mean, I made him so much money. I saved him so much money. I got him more assets. I had all his residents, they called me. They didn't want to deal with him. They were scared of him. There were several times he made people cry. He would hang up on them if
When
they
don't
said
pay me,
that they
when they don't pay me the
didn't
rent,
have.
I want to make them cry.
Tell me about the television, insurance refund, and transmission.
So we purchased the TV. It is hanging on his wall as we speak. During the course of our relationship, we purchased 5 HD TVs together, and he has every one of them.
Together, meaning
Together.
you put half and half?
He never paid me a salary. I never had an income of my own.
Okay.
He
What
did
was
not.
the agreement?
The agreement
regarding
was that
you working?
Yes.
What
No
was the
employees
agreement?
when you first came to me.
There wasn't an agreement.
We were in a relationship, Your Honor.
There
Did-
was not an agreement.
No.
Yeah, but people can be in a relationship, sir, and there's an understanding of what the situation is. What was the implied agreement regarding you working for him? Was it that you don't split the rent, you don't split the groceries, you put up no money toward anything? Did you ever put up money toward anything?
I never had my own money to do so.
Okay. How does he owe you for an insurance refund?
The insurance was because a guy hit my car when I was on my way back in town.
Your car. Here's a copy of the
Okay,
title. That's my car.
It is now in my name. In
I
my
put it in your
mother's name, excuse me, my mother's name.
Yes, I did put it in your name, and your stepmother's name, which I paid for the DNA test too, by the way, to find your father, remember? 12/20/11.
You offered to do that.
Right.
So
I loved
go
you.
after my father
I
for
loved
that
you.
money.
That's why I did all this. I loved
Well, you obviously don't.
Not now. But 12/20/11, I put the car in your stepmom's name.
It was your car?
It was the car that I drove. It had to be in his name for insurance purposes because he
driving record is
ma'am,
horrible.
who paid for the car?
He paid for everything. He did not pay me a salary. He did not give me the
I
opportunity
heard that
to
story
give him.
already. How does he owe you for a transmission?
Because the transmission was acting up in that same car way before we got, way before he broke up with me.
So you got it fixed and he didn't repay you?
Right.
That's what happened?
Yeah, she
No.
wanted me to pay for the transmission. I
No,
gave her the
he
car.
has
I
offered.
signed the car over
he
here
said
and
he
gave
would
it
pay
to her.
for it before he broke up with me. He has said numerous times.
What was the
through
agreement?
many text messages that he
Pay
has,
for it in exchange for what?
that he would pay for it because he loved my son and he still
All
sees
right.
my son.
That's
He
the
talked to him
promise of a
yesterday.
gift. And you can retract the promise of a gift up until the time
retract
it
it.
is given to you. And he is just saying he retracts it.
Except for the fact that on March the 25th, he asked me to find out the super best deal that I could get on the transmission.
Ma'am, I'm going to
That's-
order you to be tested for drug use. You say it's only been a few weeks. We'll see. And if so, you voluntarily, I'm sure, enter into drug rehab. By your own admission, you didn't pay for one thing
My
that you
mother
are
paid for that
suing for.
transmission. I
Well,
owe
have your
her for
mother
that
come sue,
transmission.
ma'am. Have your mother come sue. You believe
He
that
owes me nearly $300,000.
300,000, I got you. Yet
Yeah,
today,
nearly.
all you want is 4,000. Ma'am,
No,
please go to
I'm-
rehab. Have a good day. Your case is dismissed.
You are a controlling jerk. You control me in everything that you do. Everything. And then you want to sit there and lie about it? I didn't smoke weed every day. I smoked it at night to help me go to sleep.
Every night.
And it was all of maybe a third of a blunt.
I want her to get rehab, and then maybe we can work on a relationship, is what I.
There is no relationship.
Okay.
There is none. And you better kiss that little boy goodbye because you're not going to see him ever again.